Okay, so there are two ways, I guess, to kind of do infertility. And I'm only doing this right now because I'm afraid I'm going to lose my nerve. So the first way is to keep it to yourself. And I tried that for a while. And then just one day, one too many people asked me, so when are you gonna, start trying to have kids? And I just kind of lost it. And I said, well, we've been trying for, 2 years and it's not working and there's, something wrong. And so that leads to the second way to do infertility, which is to talk about it and tell people and let people know. And what happens when you do that is that people stop asking, oh, so like any kids in the future? And, on the other side, people look at you different, they treat you different, and it's not their fault, and it's uncomfortable, and people don't really talk about infertility. It's not, even though it's technically a disease, it's not something that people talk about all the time. And so that makes it like the loneliest thing. And I've been through a lot, but infertility is like the loneliest I've ever felt. So that's why I'm going to do this. That's why I'm having Nick do it, is like to document our infertility journey, because even my mom, people who love me, like they don't know what to say to me. They don't know what not to say to me. So I'm just going to tell the truth and see what happens. Because maybe somebody else can kind of get something out of it, or can help somebody else that they love who's infertile. We've been trying for 3 years. It's been 6 years since I lost my son when he died. He died during birth. And that's very uncommon for somebody to lose a baby during birth and then not have another baby right away. They call them rainbow babies, and they usually come within a 1 year. It's like, I think 85% of women have a healthy baby a year after they lose a child. So it's been 6 years for me, and it's been really bad. And so when you're trying, and it starts out like, you think like, oh, it's gonna happen like right away. And then every month, it's like the only way to explain it is like, it's like somebody died. Because like you've built up this hope for this person that you think you're gonna be expecting, and then they're not coming. And you have to mourn it like every month. And then you get your hopes up again. And infertility is ugly. It's irrational. Like, it's almost sick how irrational it is. Like, Googling pregnancy symptoms until your eyes are sore from staring at a screen and you don't know what you're doing, except for that it's like the only hope you have. So like, you're looking for like ridiculous things that like anybody could say, like, oh, I wonder if I have a heightened sense of smell. No, that nail polish remover just smells really bad, like, oh, my veins look really blue today. Well, that's because you're pale. It's like you look for these things because you want to be pregnant so badly. Infertility is expensive. It's not just expensive. I mean, it's really expensive for the doctor's visits, and thousands of dollars just gone. And you're like, I used to have money. Where did it go? And it's like, oh, well, my copays alone cost me over $700 a month. My medication cost me $300 a shipment, but it's also expensive. Like, we've probably, not me, because Nick doesn't even know the extent, but like have spent mortgage payments like multiple mortgage payments since we've been married, just on pregnancy tests. $20 here and there over and over again. And maybe I should try this brand and something else will come up, and you're just praying, and it just never, you never see 2 blue lines. You never see 2 pink lines. And it's so disheartening, and it's lonely, and no one understands. And, you know, people say things like, well, you know, you just need to relax. And people would say that to me all the time. And finally, I just had to stop them and say, no, I'll show you a picture. I'll show you an ultrasound picture of my ovaries. Like, trust me, they don't work. There's no hope for them without medical intervention. People would say, you're not just infertile, you're just stressed out. Well, no, I am infertile. And I think that's almost like a comfort thing to them, because accepting the fact that somebody they love is infertile is, what do you say? You know, if I had never been here, I wouldn't know what to say to me. I wouldn't know what not to say to me, because you want to say comforting things. But what an infertile person wants to hear from you is like, I'm so sorry. I love you. I'm here for you. I'm praying for you. Like, they don't want to hear, like, well, maybe next month. You know, they don't want to hear, like, oh, you're just stressed out, or you just need to go on vacation. Like, vacation isn't where they keep the babies. You don't go to Florida and then they just give you a baby. Like, it all sounds so good. And people ask you, like, well, what about adoption? And it's like, no one tells you, and you don't realize, because you've never looked into adoption because your ovaries work, that to adopt a baby in this country costs like $50,000 that we don't have. And that to foster to adopt is great, but you run the risk of that child being taken back from its birth parents, because 9 times out of 10 they have their rights taken away. They didn't just forcibly, they didn't just give them up. And they can, you know, do what they have to do and get a job and a home, or become clean and sober, and they could come get their child. And then you've loved this kid, and it's like, and you don't say to a pregnant woman, like, oh, that's so selfish. Like, there's so many babies who needed a home. Why did you get pregnant? You should have just adopted. Well, why would you say that to an infertile person? It's not a crime to want to have your own biological children. And I would honestly be really open into adoption, and Nick and I have looked into it, and it's just not something that we can afford. Fertility treatments are expensive, but adoption is more expensive. And, you know, it's like really bad. Like, people that you love, and you see them coming and going with these babies. And like, since we've been trying, you know, we have family members and friends who have had multiple babies, like 2 kids and are on a 3rd pregnancy, or 1 baby and are on a 2nd pregnancy, since we've been trying. And it's not like you hate these people. It's not like you're angry at them, but it's like you're angry at God. I'm angry at God. They already got one. Why did they get another one before I even get one? What makes her better? Why are you doing this to me? You know, like, infertility is really, really bad. It's waking up every day and wondering if today is the day that your husband leaves you for a girl whose ovaries work. It's feeling like you have no purpose. I had to delete my Facebook. I had to delete social media, because people post things online like my life had no meaning until I had children. And then, you know, you feel like they don't mean, like, they're not like trying to single you out. They're trying to say how much they love their kids. But I love my kids too. I just haven't met them yet. And I would be a really good mom. You know, people treat you different. And, you know, tonight I lost it. Like, I just lost it. I can't do it anymore. You know, the well-intentioned people saying, like, Well, don't worry, we talked to so-and-so, and she's not going to discuss her pregnancy in front of you. That's worse than her discussing her pregnancy in front of me. It hurts to hear her talk about it, but it's more uncomfortable to know that people are walking on eggshells around me. Like I'm this mentally sick person who's just ready to snap, so we can't say certain trigger words in front of her. It's really hard. It's a double-edged sword. There's no right answer. I'm gonna cry when I go home if I'm sitting here listening to you plan your baby shower. And I'm also gonna cry when I go home if I know you would have been planning your baby shower, but you didn't because I was there. I just want to be a mom. I don't understand why this is happening to us. I don't understand why this happens to such great people. And then babies are born addicted to drugs because their mothers were irresponsible or were not ready to have a baby. Or I don't understand, you turn on the news and there's babies being found in ditches and in garbage cans, and I'm just like, where's that garbage can? Where's that ditch? I want to go get that baby. I just if you know somebody who's infertile, if you don't treat them like they're being over dramatic or like a vacation or relaxing or whatever. Like for some people who are not really infertile but are just stressed out, it can mess with your cycles. For people like me who have an actual disease, that doesn't help me. And you saying that it will hurts me because it's like you're negating the fact that this is the hand that I was dealt, Infertility is ugly in so many ways. I mean, the drugs make you gain weight. Hormonal disorders make you gain weight, so you don't even feel beautiful anymore. I'm covered in cysts because of hormones. I mean, I don't even have like a face that I love anymore. You feel unattractive. Not to be gross, but sex becomes like, it's not about love. Sometimes it's about like, oh, maybe we'll make a baby. Your physical appearance, you just don't feel good. I don't feel like a woman because women are designed to have babies. This is my only baby. Say hi, Squinch. At least I have one who won't stop licking my face. But I don't even know what else to say. All I know is that I needed to make this video, and this is only video 1 of our infertility journey. There's a chance that, 3 weeks from now we could have a baby or be pregnant, and there's a chance that it could never happen. And this is what it looks like. This is real life.